Good day and welcome to Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Satama Fukate and I'm chilling with none other than DJ Kabila. How are you, my brother?
I'm great, and you, sir?
Good.
Thank you for having me, man.
I'm lucky to have you. You're supposed to be somewhere in Dubai, Greece, or New York. You know, so I'm honored to be sitting next to you.
No, I appreciate, bro.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know that you're a legend, right?
I'm trying, man.
You're trying. You're getting there.
I'm getting there. You are the legend.
No, thank you. To those that don't know who DJ Kabila is, if we were to start way back, who's DJ Kabila? I know the name is Siyanda, Makanya, but...
DJ Kabila is a boy born in Mthatha, Eastern Cape, in a small location called Ngangelizo location, you know. Always been driven by music, you know, grew up like in a home, raised by my grandmother, you know, church going, very spiritual person, you know, been moving around. My mother was a police official. Yeah, so, yeah. And then we stayed in Mthatha, we stayed Queenstown for a bit, we stayed in PE, and then now we are in Pretoria. I've stayed for a while in Durban, you know, maybe for about 20 years before. Like
I nearly said, but your accent says something about Durban. Also, you also stayed in Durban?
Yeah, I stayed a lot in Durban, like around 94 till, like maybe 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
I performed in Mthatha, I think, 1995.
Yeah, I remember, man, that gig was so amazing. Like, I was still in high school.
Yeah.
You know.
So you were there as well?
Yeah, I was there. I was there in the crowd.
Everybody.
Like,
I would tell you they were Bubu Tebe, but not known.
Yeah.
You know, Abu Tebe, Stone, Mdu was
like
popular.
I think so.
Boom Shaka,
Yeah.
New School. Trumpis was not yet even born.
Oskido, I think, was also.
Yeah, Oskido was there.
Yeah.
Even BOP was not yet there.
Yeah.
Trumpis was not there. I think Chakarumba was still working with Mdu as Mashamplan.
Hey, but you've done this thing forever, man.
Yeah, no. I've been doing this for ages. I mean, I started at a very young age, and, you know.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
I mean, you inspire us, like, to be here and doing this thing.
But how do I inspire somebody that's so great like you? How do I inspire
I
you?
used to dance like back in the days, you know, like to your music, you know. You know, when we were like growing up, like Panzula dance and all those things.
So tell me, how old were you when you went to that concert? And what made you want to go to the concert? Because you spoke about church upbringing, and it fascinates me that most of us grew up in church, but check where we are today.
Yeah, I mean, my aunt was a big collector of music. He always hosted like parties. Like, he was one of those ladies who like host parties, you know. So, and my aunt, like the other one, Bonza, was a well-known like lady around,
yes,
you know, like,
around town.
You know, yeah, taking us like even at an early age, you know, taking us like to nightclubs. But you know, you couldn't see like my age because I was a little bit chubby, you know. But, you know, we move around, you know, because he liked dancing, you know. So I would move around with her, you know. So he introduced me, like, into just, like, the street life and the music, you know, the entertainment part of things, you know, at an early age.
So how old were you when we went there? And how much did you know about us?
Yeah.
Because we were fairly new as well.
Yeah, we knew a lot about you because, like, remember, like, my friend was a DJ. Like Black Coffee.
Oh yes, Black Coffee stayed in the Eastern Cape, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, so we started like playing like from the early age of like 13, 14, you know. So we had that collection, you know, and I used to go a lot with the DJs like Pratopla, I think you'll know him,
yes,
or China,
yes,
you know, like his cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Upravux, you know. So yes, yeah, he used to work with my father.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he used to work with my father at Bank of Transkei, you know. So that's how I met him. So I used to go with him a lot, like,
Yes.
you know, like packing up his sound and all
Wow,
those
so I'm going to surprise him. He's going to be very happy with this interview. Oh,
Yeah.
so you know Vooks?
things. Yeah, provoked, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I got to, you know, to be like understanding like the music, follow the music. I followed music like for the longest as I know.
Wow. And then you kept on going
Yeah.
out, you were still dancing,
Yeah.
and then tragedy happened.
I had an car accident in '99. I was staying in PE then, you know, but like that didn't stop me also, you know.
So when you say you had an accident, were you driving?
No, a friend of mine.
Or you were involved?
Yes, a friend of mine was driving, you know, and then the car rolled, you know. Yeah, so.
Yeah, because that's one of the scariest
Yeah,
things. I mean, I've traveled all my life, and I always say to people, there was a 15-year period where I was traveling every weekend. And remember how popular some of us were, where you wouldn't travel once a week. It was
Sure.
like 3 gigs per night, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
You know, so
I
which is
see.
why I'm asking you this question. When that kind of accident happens, what comes to your mind? You thank God that you survived? Do you think it's the end of your life? Like, how do you feel?
Like on the scene, like I'm trying to, I wake up, you know, and I'm trying to stand, you know, and I can realize like I cannot stand, you know. Then like my mind comes back like I'm in an accident, you know. Then I'm trying to like try to feel like, you know, and I can't feel anything, you know. And I remember, you know, my aunt was married like to Sangonis, you know, like there's a Usbarwam like Tembile Sangoni. He was also on the wheelchair. But that guy, like, we used to see him moving
Yeah, and
around,
you-
driving a car, you know, going to parties and all those things. So, like, from that moment, like, I was like, you know, God, thank you for saving me. Like, if I wake up here not going to work, I can still live my life. You know, I just thought of that guy, and I made it the point, like, you know, that I don't focus on the disability. You know, because I was like, even at school, like I used to like dress up so nicely. You know, making sure like that I'm covering up for the disability thing. But now, like, as I moved on with, I realized it's not even about that. It's all about your mental game.
And
You know.
don't you sometimes feel like when you're a person living with disability, you are fine. People that have a problem are the ones looking at you. Don't you sometimes feel that way?
It's always like that, bro. Like, I mean, when I was growing up, you know, like disability, I saw it like, you know, people like, the only perception I had about disability is someone like sitting next to the shop, having like a container, we
Oh,
have to put
yes,
like, you
yes,
know, 2
yes.
rands or whatever.
Like a beggar,
Like a
basically.
beggar, you know. So like now, because of that background that everybody knows, even when they see you like moving along with your life, they always want to, you don't belong. I remember going to this other gig, you know, it's like this other lady comes in, it's like, you are so, what do you want? Hey, this guy, yeah, Papa, like, what, you know, what do you want here? You know, I just asked her like the same question, like,
Yeah.
so actually, what do you want also here? You know, I think like Christos and Vin were playing in PE.
Yeah.
You know, because like for me, I will just get into the cab, pack my wheelchair, like move. You know,
And
I
go
was
to
like
gigs.
I was like doing whatever that, like what
Everybody
you say,
does.
like really, like it's people. You know, because they've got this perception that if you've got disability, you know, you're half a human or you're not qualifying to get things. You're not supposed to be anyway. You know, of which is like that is wrong. That
But then-
mentality needs to change.
Hence, I said, I
Yeah.
think the problem is the people looking at you,
Yeah.
not yourself looking at them.
Do you understand?
Because you see, we are one.
We are one. Bro.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I drive, I do all the things I did, whatever, you know, like I travel overseas, like on my own without even a road manager, you know. So like people like need to start like changing their
Perception,
fears and
yes.
perception about,
Then you are 19 at that point, right?
I was 21 when I got an accident
It was
in
1999.
Yes. Yeah. I
And
just
then,
turned 9, yeah.
how do you then say, I'm still pursuing this music thing and no one is going to judge me?
Yeah,
At what point do you say that to yourself?
I'm in hospital, and the same year, I've been always like going with the DJs, like playing in high school. I used to like, play in those functions.
Yes.
But now, like, there was like the new thing, like the records, like I wanted to be.
Oh, so you started with a cassette?
Yes, yeah. so now I just told myself, like, because like the same year, like I had that accident, I was like, I'm gonna start now, collecting and then starting like to be like a proper DJ, like in hospital, I was like the same. I stayed for 3 months. The same day I'm getting out of hospital, my mother picks me up, went straight to like where they sell sound. I got myself like PD 2000s, Gemini's, so like my therapy at home, I plugged those things, started getting records. I was just like,
wow, so
playing
you started
music.
with Gemini's. You know how difficult sometimes,
Yeah.
when you're queuing,
Yeah.
it might be, it's a bit difficult because they don't stick forever.
Yeah, like at least those ones were direct drive also but I learned from those.
You had, yeah. Hence you're so good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you start that way, there's
Yeah.
no way you can make it.
Yeah.
I mean, as compared to what's happening now, it's easier. It's USBs.
Yeah, the
there's
technology.
BPMs there. You can see everything, so it becomes easy. You just have to have that musical ear now.
Yeah, you can't, like with turntables. There's no pitch. You got to like.
You have to
Your ears
go
got
with
to
it.
be
Yes.
sharp. Yeah.
And on point at that particular time.
Yeah, I mean, like we used to like put like an a cappella here. You put a drum.
Yes.
You let them go. That was. So it was amazing.
But at what point do you now start getting paid as an up and coming DJ?
Okay, it's 2000. I'm in PE. I just got these turntables like every time doing doing electrical engineering. So now like there's freshers board coming, and I was like just popular,
PE.
famous school,
Yes.
like cause like I'm a people's person, There's a guy DJ Mtira.
Yes, I
now
know
like
DJ Mtira.
I started like showing me, like some other tricks like to play. I'm not that perfect.
Yeah.
Then we got a gig for the freshers to do like the after party, and then I'm playing there, And then we started playing. Like, I was not perfect.
Yeah.
But people were happy.
Yeah, I always
People
say
were
to
so
people
happy,
that sometimes it depends on your selection and the timing of your selection.
Yeah.
And also who played before you as well. There is a lot of different dynamics when you're DJing.
Yeah. So like that was like the first gig, paying gig, started like taking that money, buying more records, Then moved to Pretoria to stay with my mother. Then I had access now to House Africa,
Yes.
like Camino Records, like all these record shop, Flipside.
And I don't even think it was South Africa. It used to be Groove Records.
Before that, like for me, like when I came back,
you came later when it was House Africa, yes.
I came like
Yes.
2001, like when it was House
Because
Africa.
when Tim decided on the name, we were sitting together with Tim when he said, "What do you think of House Africa?" Because remember, I did those Groove Records album, if you remember,
Yeah, I remember,
Show Me
yeah.
Love and
Yes.
all those things, and that's how I took Chiscop to Tim, and they ended up with Gabby because Gabby was Tim's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you introduced us to like the dance music. Like those are like what DJs were playing back then, And these compilations were like Elin Delani, and
Yes, LM Jam.
Yeah, so.
And Oskiro did another one, I think with Mali Watson. I can't remember what it was called.
Those were like the anthems that we were like dancing to, like when used to go to like Traco Center in Amtata, like attending all those parties, in the 90s. Yeah.
It's funny how music can unite people. I mean, I'm listening to you. Lindelani is doing something there with Mdu. Yeah. Arthur is doing something there with Tim. Yeah. Oskido is doing something there with, I think it was Mali Watson, I can't remember. Yeah. And all of us are just in the same kind of industry, but not yet working together.
Yeah, man.
And we are inspiring a DJ Kabila somewhere out there.
Yeah, bro, like you really inspire us. I mean, look, music is a universal language. Like, that's why I always say, like, for me, music will always save the day, it's something that, like, put us together in one place, whether, I mean, I go and play like overseas, we don't even hear each other. You know what I'm saying? Our languages are so different, but the energy in the room is so insane.
What do you think is in music that makes us come together? It's like sports, for an example.
It's a godly thing, bro. Like, God is in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a spiritual thing. It's nothing like, you can't understand it. We got to be with music, man. Like, it's really another language that God put there for His people. Like,
another really language that we can't describe what it is. It's music language, basically. Language. So tell me, you mentioned something very funny earlier on. You spoke about you still continue, you get inspired. Did you have moments where somebody would come and say, or they just made you feel confident at all times?
Look, for me, that time, I've never had like a moment whereby like people, gonna say like, you're playing like you're doing a chord, because then also like the music that I was playing, I think my selection was like amazing.
Hence I spoke about selection earlier on.
So like everyone like didn't even focus on, what we were like doing, because everybody was like just having a good time. But like, here in South Africa, like you got to be on point when you're playing music. There's no room for error.
Yeah, no, it's gotten to that point.
Do you understand?
But we blame people like you because you guys perfected the art so much that all these young ones
I mean, like,
are under pressure.
I mean, like guys like Christos, like I used to watch him like at Canada Later, amazing, man. I've seen him like in the school bashes, PE.
I feel like Christos is such a super legend that he's not given the respect he deserves, according to me. Because you as DJs, yes, and old school people that, understood DJing, but I feel like he deserves more.
Of course. Like, sometimes the best are not celebrated, man, Mr. Arthur, It's sometimes like you're lucky, sometimes you're unlucky. But like Christos is raised like people like Black Coffee he pushed them, to be who they are now today. You know what I'm saying? For him, it's not about being celebrity. It's just about the music, I'm working with him like right now, like promoting like.
And he's still that humble Christos that we all know.
He is, man. Like you find like, man, like Christos, we're like doing activation and it's like, no, man, Kabila, take that, do that. You know what I'm saying? Push it with the marketing. Like we're just gonna see how the show is gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So he's amazing, man. Like he's the father of the industry. As a father, like you don't want to outshine your kids. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's about just raising them well to shine.
When you got to Pretoria, who are the people that you met? I know that when I'm listening to you, I can hear that Christos has been a big influence.
Yeah.
But, there were Vinny, there was, I forgot that guy's name. He's going to kill me. But those DJs at that time, that were like super good.
Okay, the guys which were like really amazing that I met I met Kanunu.
Yes, Kanyoni. Where's Kanyoni?
He's still around. He's always with Christos.
He still loves deep house.
Like a lot, man. Like there's, as you say, like there are people who aren't celebrated.
Yes,
but
I mean,
like
Kanyoni has been there
once they
as a
get into
kid.
once they get into that DJ booth, they're gonna make you move.
Yeah.
They're gonna take you.
There's another guy. I hope you mention him.
There's Del Koze. He used to be called Lil Koze then. There's Cisco. You know, Bubbles used to be there.
Bubbles, yes.
Yeah.
But there's a guy, I mean, he's going to kill me.
No, man,
he's on my phone. He's my friend.
There's Nestinev.
Yes.
There's Positive K.
Positive K! Yeah. He was going to kill me.
You know, so
Positive K.
Yeah, man, like those are the guys, like, you know, which are like DJ Mix, you know, Abo Silipin. Those are the guys.
How's like Positive K doing? I met him, I think, 2 years ago.
Positive K he's always been doing his own thing.
Yeah, chilled.
It's always about his music. You know, like one of the best that I've seen playing. You know, yeah.
And then, when you are surrounded by all these superstar DJs, what does it say to you? Does it say work hard in order to reach their standard, or what?
I was practicing every day because like Pretoria like was the home of sound.
Yeah.
You know, so
more
like
especially house deep.
Yeah, and you had to like dig deep to get your own sound.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why every Tuesday we like always looking for the new shipment, you know, like.
Yeah, we used to go queue at House Africa Groove Records.
I mean, I was working like in around 2002, but every lunchtime, like if it's a Tuesday, I know like there's a new shipment coming.
You have to go to Orange Groove.
I have to go like maybe like to Flipside, to, you know, to all these records, like recording.
There was another one with Mbuso and them as well.
Yeah, Soul Candy.
Soul Candy.
Yeah, Soul Candy.
Soul
yes.
Candy.
Yeah,
yes.
it wasn't. Yeah.
Because it started as a shop.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Wow. So, at what point do you just choose DJing as just a career?
Like,
because I'm sure at some point you were doing it, but you still felt like, what if it doesn't work? What if it works? You know. But at what point you say, I just want to be a DJ?
It's always been about DJing, but I was just working to supplement this thing, you know, because like records were like expensive, you know, and I knew that my time hasn't come yet, like for me to like gig that much, but I had to be ready whenever like I'm having, you know, that spotlight.
I want to ask you this question because I was also a record collector.
Yeah.
Have you been in a situation where you go to, I'll always say Groove Records because it was before House Africa. You go to your House Africa or Soul Candy to buy records. And you are fascinated by this thing that you are hearing, and you end up even buying the ones that are not that popular, but you like, but you don't even get an opportunity to ever play them. Have you been in such a situation?
Yeah, I've got those kind of records, you know what I'm saying? But I think for me, I'm lucky like to have, I'm so versatile into the music. I know like when I was like starting, you get like these records like which are like your personal stuff, but you get to play them because you were given like early sets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, early sets are actually good.
You know,
and they also help build your confidence.
You understand? And you can play whatever music because, you know, like it's soulful, it's chilled, you know what I'm saying? Then as you grow into the game, then you can start getting like bigger slots.
Because it pains me. I still have records that I've never played anywhere. And with me, because I was always seen as a Kwaito artist, I wouldn't even want to play. Once in a while I would get booked and people would be shocked as I started playing. But there are so many records that, you know, are still clean. You know, I need to frame them. I saw Oskido did something at his house where he put all those records. I need to do something like that, either here or something, so that whenever I get bored, I can start playing vinyls, because I've never been this USB person. Yes, I trained Owami, but, you know, I still wish vinyls could come back.
They are like I mean, Pravini is doing like something on Thursdays at Fine Ice. So I do go and play sometimes.
Oh, so your records are being used?
I'm still here, and then Boysans are like somewhere in Joburg, he's also got a movement that he's doing like with the records.
But the needles must be expensive now, yeah? Because we used to complain then.
I mean, around there it was like 150
Yes.
to 200. Like now it's like maybe 350 to 500, like somewhere there. But they are expensive.
And at what point do you decide to release your own music? Because when I look at you, I feel like you are one of the custodians of Afro tech.
Yeah, like Nachi, when he started like got his break in 2005, and he was like, okay, my man, at least now like I'm opening up my company, Soulistic Music. You know, I want you to be like my first artist. You know, like, but like then it was like compilations. You know, and no one. I mean, for him, he put like his own material.
To those that don't know, Nati, you are talking about Black Coffee.
Yes.
So that they understand who you're talking
Yes.
about. Yes.
Yeah, it's Black Coffee, you know. So he had done his, because like he's coming from like, he used to study music.
Yeah.
So he knew,
He's musical.
knew like production and all those things. So he's one of the first guys to do his own kind of like music within the house space.
Yes.
You know,
and that deep sound, yes.
Yeah, because like most of the people were like doing like compilations, but now there were like a lot of kids who had like their own compositions, you know, and it was like, okay, cool. A lot of producers, let's do like our own compilation, but which is gonna be like locally based.
Is it before? What's
Now
that
it's
group?
2000s.
Shana. What? He was in a group.
Shana.
Before Shana.
Before Shana, because like Shana, I think it ran up to like around 98, 99, you know, 2000, 2001, 3. And then in somewhere 2004, he was starting his career as his solo career.
Yes.
You know, and in 2005 he released, you know, like that his own album, you know. And then like 2006, because like I've always been his friend.
Yes.
I was like, my man, we need to like start introducing you. Like, then 2007 with Rob Believe, which was a compilation but locally placed. You know, from there on, you know, I didn't look back. You know,
You just went on and
yeah,
on
and
and
then
on.
we did the second one, Soulistic Music Cards, Volume 1, which was like all the music that was like produced at Soulistic, you know, his remixes, Black Office remixes like Golo the Song, Siren Rippertone, you know, all those people, you know.
Take us behind the scenes, you know, through your conversations with him, you know, because you've got almost the same kind of story, you know, where it started as a tragic kind of moment and then it builds up into something that makes history. So the behind the scenes kind of talks that you would have with your Black Coffee.
Man, Black, we like style, we like fashion a lot, you know, we love music. You know, we started like as dancing. I mean, like, because he's got a background of like jazz, you know, he used to like collect a lot. So we used to like collect, like, if like I've got Bob James, you know, like he will be having like...
what are you guys doing with Bob James?
No,
with him,
like,
I understand he's at school.
No,
but
we're coming from that school. Man. Like music for us, it's not just house music. You know, it's like everything. You know, like, you know, we like Aretha Franklin, everything. You know, like.
So tell me, when he says, Kabila, let's go for this thing, what is your response?
Bruh, like, we used to travel with buses. Like, imagine me like traveling with a bus like to Eastern Cape just for a gig, you know, and our disabilities didn't even matter.
That's what I like about you guys. Hence, I keep on saying, take us through, you know, the motivation that you have, because there's another person out there that's watching, and I mean, you know, a person like Finzo. I said to Finzo, "You're going to do this thing," and he did it. You know, and I didn't know him.
I mean,
so I'm trying to understand what, a person like Finzo can sit here and explain to you how the conversation went between him and Arthur. But I'm trying to understand, you and Kofi, as you're motivating each other, what do you say?
Bro, like we just like plugged our turntables there, like we in Sunnyside, some flat there where he's staying.
Let's say again, I'm fine.
I've got this hi-fi, like we didn't even have like like an amp, We put that into like a mic so that it can just have the noise like within the speakers, like we just wondering like, bro, like, hey, we like hearing YFM here, like it's a gig, it's gonna be in Carnalita. We don't even have that 50 rand to get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only thing that we can do, we just, bro, like, we're doing one-on-one. We're just perfecting our skill. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man.
Oh, yes, you're perfecting your skill in front of an audience,
no,
which is a
like
motivation.
In our flat.
Oh, okay.
In our flat. Like, you can hear.
So you guys even stayed together in the same flat?
Every weekend I was in his house. I was staying in Pretoria West, so he was staying in Sunnyside. So every weekend, like after work, from Friday, I go to his flat. Where we didn't have gigs. We were just like kids, like dreaming of like maybe one day we'll play at Carnalita, maybe we'll play at some gigs, and then, things started happening, he released his music, started like playing like amazing gigs.
Would you give credit to his productions for you guys to be recognized? Because that's how I got to recognize Black Coffee. Yes, there was Shana, but for me to end up going to him to ask him to remix some of our artists' work was based on what one had on YFM.
Look, he's a bigger brother to me, like, as much as like we're almost the same age, but musically he inspired me to be like who I am. Like, I mean, even my first gig overseas, like it was through him, like in Miami, he's always been here, guiding me. It's not like he's giving me that, but it's like, oh, okay, we're going this way. Okay, we're going this way. You understand what I'm saying? So he has helped me a lot.
So when he calls you and he says to you, I've got a gig for you in Miami.
Bro, like you go crazy, man. Like, starting like, you don't even have a passport. And you got to go and do like the passport, and now you got to do this visa thing, And it was amazing, man. Like 2011, it's the first time I went to like Miami, And once I started like with my own music now, like it was I started having like a bars like Osomnyama, Achapa, like Otutoshi, which was like the biggest song like in 2017 in my in Ibiza.
Yes.
Then he called me like to come and do like high Ibiza.
What's the funniest thing about what you just said? I still call it Ibiza, in 1998. Yeah. My record label took me there, and I spent time there. And DJs go there and they come back and say, I was in Ibiza. Yeah. Why are you saying Ibiza?
Because
I still struggle. It's like I talk to AJ and I say, he'll say Ibiza and I'll say Ibiza, but I'm the one who went first. So, and I keep asking myself, okay, I'm trying to say to you, it doesn't get to that point, like you go to America and you come back and the accent has changed. So you're still the Kabila.
I'm still that Kabila,
At what point do you decide to start your own label, and what inspires you to have your own label?
Yeah, bro, like
music,
man, like like and seeing the people around you, like doing their own things and learning, I mean, we've learned from you. You know what I'm saying? Like to like have their own labels.
The bravery, yes.
Yeah, like Oskido, which is Kalawa Jasmine. Like Nati doing solistic music, it was not a brainer, like, but because you see the patterns, it's like, okay, cool. let me start my own thing, which is like called Music Soldier, you know. Then from there, with the events, which is like got a proper, it's called Music Will Save the Day, like we're doing like the merchandise and everything. So I'm always learning, you know, like the music workshops, like from like Abo Christos Nabo Pravin, you know, Oskido na and Fresh, you know, DJU, you know, that movement.
Yes.
We all learn from the ones which are like behind, you know. So which is, we're also gonna be like taking out the legacy towards the other people like that can learn from us.
Yeah, because people don't understand how much this kind of conferences can help you. Because when I went to Ibiza, it was for a music conference.
Music conference, yes. Yeah.
And I spent a few days there and, you know, came back, started doing interviews, you know, getting all these interviews, talking about this thing. And suddenly we are all doing conferences in South Africa and inspiring more young people, which is cool.
It's important, bruh, because you're not going to, it's not, you didn't go to school for this thing. Each and every day you're learning something new. So like these conferences, it's not like something that needs to die. We need more and more and more.
I always say, you know, to my kids, you know, I wish I could still attend these things because this music industry keeps on evolving.
It's evolving a lot, bro. Like, I mean, like, if you check, there's still like kids which don't know like where Samro is, they don't know where Capasso is or what they do. You know what I'm saying? They kept on like crying like every day, like that they are being robbed and all those things. So we got to keep on like spreading the message, you know, so that it can get to each and every one.
But then, we are talking business at the moment, right?
Yeah.
How do you differentiate between the music business aspect or the talent aspect? Which one does one focus on? Because I always say to myself, I feel my downfall in conquering even further as a solo artist was because I put more effort on the business side.
No, business is
So
important.
which one would you say?
No, also business is important, bro. But we got to work at it. We don't have like a team effort here in South Africa whereby we're gonna like really put a structure, you know, for each and every brand. Like you've got a talent, you know, but you need a structure for someone who's going to like look for gigs for you, get you like the endorsements, like, you know, just that aspect of like expanding, you know, that particular brand, which is that talent, and nurturing it, you know, because if you're gonna do it alone, you're going to
burn out.
Balance. You're gonna burn out. You're gonna, you know, because at the end of the day, like that talent, it's what people want.
But you see now, I feel pain when you say that because that's exactly what I said about myself.
Yeah.
And one would say, hey, those ones don't want to work with people. Why is it difficult for us, more especially in South Africa? I don't know about other countries, to come together and form a powerful music industry that's not too much segregated.
Everyone wants to be the first one to do it. You know, everyone wants to be, I'm better than so and so. You know, like, I mean, you find it even like with like gigs. You find the same lineups like being, you know, being rotated. So like, we cannot grow like if we you understand? You know, it's like even like how this country is being governed. You know, like it becomes, we don't define the mission and the vision of what we want to do. Do you understand?
But then somebody will come and say, but you guys say people must work together. Here's GNU. Make it work.
Yeah, it's all up to those politicians who like to make it work, because like at the end of the day, we are there like for the country. It's not our individual things. You know, as we move and get better with all these resources which are here, you know, working for us, it becomes better. Everyone get elevated. But now, like, if like we are going to like take this thing and make it ours, it's only for you and your family. You know what I'm saying? So we'll never get anywhere.
But then, this is going to be a tough question.
Yeah.
Imagine a black coffee together with a Shimza, together with a Kulo, together with a Kabila,
Yeah.
with a Melon, and maybe somebody else
Yeah.
having one label.
Yeah, that will be.
I know coffee has moved. I mean, he's got shares in other bigger things, but I'm saying, imagine that. Why are we struggling to imagine that? And Kalawa attempted that, and it worked.
It worked, yeah. You got to have like one vision. You know, like with one vision, it's possible. You understand? But
You can't
like,
tell me you guys don't have a vision. I mean, all of you are Black Coffee's friends. Zakes, for an example.
Like, let me say it, like with Black Coffee, with whatever that is happening, like with Afrotech, look, every kid which is big now, like Dakapo, Kulo the Song,
He's helped.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying?
But-
so like that's his contribution towards that, you know. Like,
And what are you guys doing about it in order to have a unified big label? I feel like South Africa is so big in dance music that if it had one big label, it would conquer the world. And I feel like it's one missing aspect.
Yeah, it is, bro. Like, I mean, look, everyone has made some money, you know. If really we can put that together and like start, because like that is a shortfall for our artists. Even like with Afrotech, like now, like we're releasing with all these labels outside.
Yes.
You know,
And you
which
think
is like not even paying like the artist, you know. So we don't have like Afrotech like labels which are like supplying the world. The talent is here.
Like a label called Afrotech, based in South Africa, but releasing international artists.
Yeah, like-
That's what I'm talking about.
The thing is when Mr. Arthur, like nobody wants to be led amongst, you know, we don't. I mean, back in the days, there were kings, and we allowed that there is going to be this king who's going to lead us.
Yes.
There should
Which
be-
is where the problem is.
The problem is, it's that. We can't,
And you can't all be kings.
We can't all be CEOs, unfortunately. So that's the problem.
And
We
you
got-
might find that
we
you
got
might
to have-
specialize
we
in...
got to have someone who's going to like lead, and then we do like this thing. You know what I'm saying?
And
then we take all this talent and then we distribute it to the world. But if we all want to be kings, then there's nothing that is going to happen.
Because I feel like that's one missing aspect about South African dance music. We go as individuals out there to conquer and come back, get old and die poor.
So like there's nothing which is going to happen like if we're not regrouping each other and find someone who's going to lead us. You know, and then we move with one mission and one goal.
But in corridors, don't you guys discuss that? Or it's at that point where, hi, I'm shining, I've got my own hit, I'll see you, I don't have time, I'm busy with my gigs.
Yeah, what you're saying, bro, like, I mean, look, everyone is like,
They're
everyone
busy.
for his own, like, you know what I'm saying? And everyone has got like his own little team, you know? You find like we go all over, play overseas, we come back, we don't have like, we don't have gigs, you know, amongst our peers, you know, everyone like is doing his own thing, you know. So it's, we're getting old, Mr. Arthur, you know, like, you got to do whatever that is going to like put the food in your table, you know, because now you can see unity is not there.
That's what I'm complaining about.
You
I
understand?
feel like, you know, I've been there, done that, I tried, and I can prove that I tried because I'll mention names and say, I did come to you, I did come to you, I did come to you. But we can't all fail. If me and you, our generation is failing, can our kids do better?
Yeah, bro, like, the thing is, we can only do so much. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why, like, everyone is just gonna do his own small little thing, and then try to put whoever that he thinks like deserves, and then they can grow in their own way. I mean, everyone is contributed like somehow, you know, into like guys getting out there and being noticed, you know.
It's like
So
been there, done that. Can't we move to something bigger?
yeah, like it becomes difficult to get to a bigger space
Because that's just
because it's egos.
egos. That's where the
Yeah.
problem is.
Yeah.
And I wish we could deal with that aspect, because we're not all going to be superstars till we die.
And we're not
Yes,
all,
you can be a superstar in your own little corner.
and we're not all leaders. You know, we need to accept it.
Others can specialize in A&R, others can do marketing, others can...
Different
you know.
gifts, Mr.
I remember having such a discussion with Oskido a few years back, and he said, wena mpinjam, uhlala ku-marketing wena, the day siyenza le nto lena." I'm still waiting, Oskido. But you know, that's what could have elevated us. I feel like Nigeria has overtaken us. I don't know whether they're doing it or not, but in Africa, people always looked at South Africa first. But I feel like now they're looking at Nigeria first.
Yeah, Nigeria, like it's a Burna Boy, like Wizkid, you know, like their music is really, because like they've got identity. We need to get that identity also, like as South African, and be proud about it, and we support. And I mean, like Nigeria has got a lot of people, you know, and they supporting.
I think that's another advantage. I mean, you look at a population of over 200 million.
You know, they all over the world, and they come together for their thing. It's also like here, because like now, like you live, like Kwaito was like big, you started it, you know, like get into a house. Now, what I find it like here, it's kind of like, when we're doing this and it's popular, it's the style thing, you know. Oh, this one must die. Let's get into the other thing. Oh, we bored about this one now. Like it needs to die. Let's get to another thing. You know, we can music like it's worldwide. We can all support this thing. You know, for each and every other kid that they can eat with this talent they've got, because it shows we are the music people, man. Like we come up with like, I mean, like the biggest song right now, like that was Shazammed, it's a Vanco track. Like he did it with the Alela, Alela, Alas. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know? So we always coming up, you know, like our season, we coming, Saga level, you know, we always coming up with nice things. You know, my piano like is big, but nothing must die.
Yes. We can all coexist.
Yeah, we can coexist, man. You know what I'm
And
saying?
you can even have a label, even if it's a dance label. Once in a while, they might start venturing into, you know. I feel like we need to have a Sony coming out of South Africa, a label that starts from South Africa, goes international. I feel like our business vision is limited.
Yeah, you can champion that. Like, I mean, Mr. Arthur, like you've been there forever. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
we only want to consume. We don't want to sell.
Yeah, we only like it's bad, man. Like, cause we got the talent. It's like the minerals are here.
Yeah.
But we don't control them. You know.
Our situation is like Africa.
Yeah. Also, like our music, we're not controlling them. We're not controlling our music. For us to like get to the other side of the world, now we need to release like on those labels, you know, which like still exploiting like artists, you know.
I still pray for that day where we would come together and, you know, put monies, you know, you don't have to be active in running the structure, but be there.
Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, maybe it's going to come.
It will happen. Let's talk about Beyond Disability.
Okay, like Beyond Disability, it's a movement, you know, that is like empowering like people with disabilities, you know. I've struggled with access in a lot of places, you know, whether it's being like ramp, whether it's like being into the DJ booth, whether it's just getting into like a toilet or something, you know. Like I'm just talking now like in this space of entertainment, you know. Like festivals, they don't accommodate people.
I was
Like
going to
so
ask.
I'm always yeah.
I was going to ask you, you know, accessibility to events, you know, when you are a person living with disability. Why do we think of it that way instead of just looking at your talent and what you bring to the table?
Yeah, like I mean, you want to book me, Mr. You know, you do like the ramp, you know.
Oh, so
And
they worry about cost as
yeah,
well.
everything is a cost. You know, then I'm playing there, and you're thinking like, hey, is this toilet, if I book, like it's only Kabila, there's no other, you know. You know, I end up like not even like, I have to like play and go, because I can't access even the toilet, you know. So it's a challenge. So that's why I always talk about these things. And like entertainment as a space, it's a therapy space. Like everyone wants to access it. They want to hear your song. They want to hear like a Black Coffee song. They want to, but if you're not accommodating, it's a problem. You know, so like that's where I start. I mean, I take some other issues, like maybe like for flights, whereby like you got to like pay for your PAU, you know. I mean, like someone like who's
What's a
got
PAU?
PAU, like it's that, you know, those trucks where you get into like when you gonna fly.
Yes.
Then they put you like next
yes.
put you next to the flight, and then you can get in with a smaller chair, because the flight, so like that's the personal assistance unit, whatever.
So, and not a lot of advocacy needs to happen.
There's a lot, man, that needs to be done when it comes to like space. So like my space as an entertainer, like having to sit here with you, you know, I get to talk about these things and like open up the eyes, because other people are like ignorant. Others, they know, but they don't want to accommodate us because like things are like a bit like expensive, you know?
I'm actually shocked that, you know, I host events,
Yeah.
and the fact that I do a lot of government events,
Yeah.
we know that it's a standard to
Yeah.
have all those things as basics. But I never thought about it happening in nightclubs and all those things, that you must actually always make sure you have that in place. And
I'm
that
telling you-
might be,
I mean, there are trailers, Mr. Arthur, like for the toilet. You know, I was like in London just earlier, like just to see how they operating. Like, you know, there's a truck, you know, that is got a lift. You get into the lift, it elevates you. Then you get inside, got a toilet, it's got a bed, you know, because like when it comes to disability, like you don't control everything. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to have like enough space so that you can also maybe clean yourself or whatsoever, you know. So like I was like, these people like us are so advanced. Like these are the things that maybe someone like needs to take, you know.
but then you need to educate
Yeah.
us, because I'm now suddenly fascinated by what I'm hearing, and I see a window of opportunity.
There's a lot, you know. So that's what I always go and check and see what can we improve in terms of like the disability, so that people who likes their music, they can still go, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to attend like events can still go, you know what I'm saying? All these things, you know. So
Wow, I'm
that's what I'm like always trying to preach with like beyond disability. You know, I'm focusing more on access, you know, but the first aspect was just like the entertainment, and then we can roll out into
yeah,
the
because I was
parks.
going to ask
Yeah.
you that,
Yeah.
you know, the issue that you just addressed now doesn't just happen in music.
It happened all around the space. What I'm saying, because I'm in this entertainment, you know, my voice is gonna be like heard more here.
Is that why you were involved in the Able Together campaign?
Yes, like able Together campaign, like I just want to teach people, like me and you, like how it is, how the feeling of being disabled, you know what I'm saying? Like sitting down onto a wheelchair like the whole day, you'll end up running because it's like, you cannot just go. For you, you can just step there, you know what I'm saying? For me, I need a ramp. Maybe it's going to take me to get to the other side to get the ramp. So like all those things, you need to even get to understand, like, it's like someone like me who's like pushing, cannot be pushing like for a long distance, as someone who's like blind, all those things. So I wanted to bring disability closer to the people to understand and feel it and try to change their mindset about disability.
Any government or corporate support?
Not at the moment.
Is it because we are not speaking about it more? We are reserved about such issues.
Yeah, bro, like if you're not disabled, like you'll only care enough about disability when you are close to someone who's got disability. But for you, it's easy to go and park in a parking space for a disabled person.
Yes, I always feel guilty. Sometimes I go to a mall and then I park, I realize, I feel so guilty, and then I move.
So like, I remember this other establishment. I'm not going to mention.
Yeah.
I was driving a Polo, and I'm playing there. I want to go and park. Disability parking is in front.
Yes.
I want to park like in the disabled parking, and like the security will like denying me, like, cause for them those parkings, it's for the cool cars.
Yes.
Like Lamborghinis.
It's for that big celebrity that has to come and park there.
But like in reality, in the books, it's a disabled parking for someone who's got a disability. Doesn't matter what car is driving. You got to park there. So because like that parking is big, it's allocated for like when you're getting out of the car, like you open up that door like in full length, and then you take your wheelchair and you put here, and then like put it together, and then you can like get into the venue like easy and smooth.
So the campaign needs a lot more custodians, ambassadors, people that can speak out there.
A lot, bro. Because, like a friend of mine, like right now, like just did a studio, and he just showed me, like we were sitting, and I'm seeing like this thing like moving up like the stairs, and when I check it, like he's done a lift for me, like so that when I go to his studio, I can move to the, but it's also not just for me.
Yes, but
if it needs
it must start somewhere.
Yeah, if you need someone like who's playing the guitar so well and he's got disability, how is he going to go to the studio? So like accessibility like is a key issue like that we need to like really talk about it and make things better. Not just because there's a DJ Kabila, but there are people like out there who needs it.
How can you canvas for the industry to be inclusive in that sense?
That's what I've been doing like with Able Together. You know what I'm saying? Like going like to like using these spaces, going to like places like Bomexi, like people who are like owning like establishment to say, bruh, can't you like maybe do this door like to open outside so that I can get in with my wheelchair and close and have like a sort of a privacy. Because like this thing, it comes from me like not seeing people like me like in those spaces. It's not like they don't want to. But me, I'm there because I'm working, and I've got to be there. But they don't even want to be entertained because like they are not accommodated. Oh. So like the same spaces, like the interviews, I talk about them, you know what I'm saying? Building it up, like we're still gonna go like to the corporate world, try to do like awareness campaigns around it in the establishment. That you need to like maybe have like 2 parking space for people with disability. Doesn't mean if they're not there, they need to always keep open for like when someone with disability comes.
Because you never know.
Yeah, you know. I mean, there's clubs that I played that didn't even have like toilet facilities. Like maybe like I'm a resident for like 7, 8 years. You know, no toilet facilities. Imagine now, I have to be there every month for 8 years. You know, and then
but that must be hectic.
Yeah, but no, bro. Like, but we've rented this space. Like, we cannot break the walls and do this and that and that. But from the first, why are you opening up like without all these things which are
But
necessary?
maybe it must be a government requirement.
Yes.
I think it must be a standard. Yes, standard requirement for all establishments that
to have all these things.
Yes,
because like we segregated on another level. There's few venues like that I can tell you that they are really
up to standard and
when
following.
it comes to accessibility.
Wow. How do you balance being an artist, a label owner, a creator, and obviously still being an ambassador for people with disabilities? Because that's a lot for an individual.
It's a challenge. That's why, like, man, you got to have like a team, because, like, I come back.
Teams need money as well.
They do, but you know, like at the moment, like I'm working like with few people, like my brother, who understands and who still wants to be in this space and who love it. You know, who are like here, like to say, bro, like, let's push. You know, but it's not easy.
Sure. Discipline. How does discipline, pan out in your career?
Without discipline, I won't be here. You know, it's time. You know, it's respecting people. It's showing up. It's making sure that, like, each and every festival, you deliver to your best. And people, they still want to take your pictures. You can't be rude.
Yeah.
You know,
I always say that, and people don't understand it.
You know, so
they say, but the patience of these people, where do you get the patience? And sometimes it's sad. You find that you're rushing to another gig, but you're also scared to just act like you don't care.
Yeah, because like people, like, they're happy, and you are like thinking of the business. Like, hey, I got to be here at a certain point. You know. So like it plays a crucial role, like, to be disciplined. You know, I thank my family, like, to have raised me this way, that, you know, I still respect and have like discipline for everything.
Who's Siyanda Makanya besides music?
A God-fearing man. You know, like I'm still my mother's son. You know. I take care of my family. You know, I'm just that guy who's like always laughing, you know, celebrate, like just having a good time, you know. That's the guy. You know.
Tell us about your international life, you know, because you've been to various countries, and how does it feel compared to South Africa?
Bro, like to be here and raised like in South Africa with the kind of talent that is here. Globally, people are like celebrating, man. You know, they loving what we do. They treat us like the stars, you know, like, you know, you can check like, hey, back home, like, I'm not getting this treatment.
Yeah.
You know, and there, once you get into the DJ booth, you know, they know your music, each and every song, you know. They know you more than you know yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's amazing, like, to have that kind of treatment, you know.
Is it the type of marketing? Because I feel like we're not doing enough in marketing ourselves as a country.
Besides that, like, people there, like, they just interested. As if you're an artist,
they show interest.
Yeah, they go and Google you and find out more about you. So like here at home, like, you're just another boy, like, from Gangelize, like, Siyanda, we used to play with him, you know. And
wouldn't you say maybe it's because South Africa has got a lot of talented people as well? So that thing might also be seen as a compliment in a way, or
No,
is
like
it
we're
an
not
attitude thing?
It's an attitude thing, and we're not compared. Like in America, like the flag is the thing, you know. Like Independence Day, you know, they celebrate it with all their hearts, you know. So like even like a normal person in South Africa, we start need. I think like maybe even like school, like just to know what is your flag, you know, who is your president, who
Yes.
I think the kids need to like grow up,
Learn about the flag from an early age.
Yeah, learning more about their country and be like super proud, so like that when they have that, they can spread it to the world. So Tina,
But don't you also think custodians like you, your Black Coffees, people that go out there when you come back, you also inspire these kids to start loving themselves, just like what sports is doing now. I mean, rugby, we are world champions. You watch football, it's back again. Cricket, you know, they just won their first major, you know, a trophy.
it starts from here, bro, like talking about it, what we experience in the world. Then the media is going to take it. Like media needs to like kind of welcome us to
Do you
talk
travel
about
with
this
the flag when you travel? Because I love it whenever I see somebody overseas.
Look,
and
I was in London
Yes.
playing there, you know, the guys in London, when I was like really pushing and like the people were like really happy.
they came with the flag.
They came up with the flag and
Nice.
they put it like on
Nice.
me, you know, which is, they get it. Like that's how much they love what we have. You know what I'm saying? You know, so like also us, we got to be proud carriers of what we have, or proud carriers of our country. I know like there's a lot of things that are happening, but in terms of like selling our country, we mustn't sell it in a bad way.
Yeah.
We must take what is good and put it out there into the country, into the world.
How do we achieve that?
Through our talents. Through our talents. There's nothing that we have like that we can show that this is what we have in our country.
What would you say is that thing that people don't know about you?
I still dance on my wheelchair.
Nice. I like that. I like that. I wonder whether is it now Pantsula because it started with Pantsula, or is it Puchwa, or what? Is it breakdance? I'm going
roller coaster ride.
Oh, I like that. I've got a few light questions, ne? But you must answer them fast.
Okay.
Ne? What's that one song that always fixes your mood?
Superman.
Tata. Busi.
Yes.
Wow. If you weren't a DJ, what would you be doing?
So, electrical engineer.
So you can
I've
do
studied
electricity.
it.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Qualified? Or
Up to
you are that
N6.
stout one? Je?
Up to N6.
Wow, nice. Beautiful. Which artist would you love to collaborate with, dead or alive?
Penna Boy.
Tat. Which city has the best crowd energy?
UK. I played there in not London.
Manchester?
Manchester, yes.
I thought as much.
That's
Because Manchester, you can
insane.
see those people are insane. What's your go-to meal before a gig?
Some salads and chicken.
Oh. Yeah. Who's the one DJ you trust to play at your wedding?
Black Coffee.
I thought as well. That's an obvious one. What is your biggest studio? No, let's leave this one. Hey, this one is too naughty. If your life had a soundtrack, what would the opening track be?
Elizayo.
Interesting choices. Amapiano versus Deep House. Which crowd is more fun?
Amapiano versus house. I mean, I play house, so I wouldn't know.
You would know?
I wouldn't know. Like, I mean, you go to Spain, Ibiza high, like you'll see.
So the answer is Deep House or house?
It's house.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's the funniest thing that has happened to you during a live gig?
Playing like without seeing a crowd, and like people think like it was a CD playing,
Yeah.
because like there was something like which was like standing this way, and I'm like playing.
Yeah.
You know, and then like someone like comes and it's like, yo, there's a DJ playing here.
So you wish
Yeah.
there could be a camera and then they broadcast it on big screens?
Yeah, I know.
Wow. When you look back 20 years from now, what legacy do you want DJ Kabila to be remembered for?
To remember that it's like to go for it, man. No matter what.
Yeah.
Just to go for it.
The will to win attitude.
Yeah.
No
like,
matter what.
No matter what, like just go for whatever that you think you want to achieve. Just go for it.
What is the one message you want South Africa to take from your journey?
To be strong and never let go of your dreams.
Beautiful interview.
Yeah.
Any last words? I'm sure there are things that you want to say without me asking you questions.
We must keep on trying, man. It's never too late to try. You know, no matter. I mean, look, your time is gonna come, whether it come early or it come later. But in life, you must just always believe that something is going to happen good. Yeah.
In closing, future plans?
You know, like I'm taking like my event, Music Will Save the Day, you know, that I'm going to be doing like on the 30th of November at Mia Cooper here in Johannesburg. I also wanted to take it like into the world, like Amsterdam and New York, you know, with the merchandise and all those, you know, and also like spreading a lot of, you know, inspiration to the young ones, you know, never to give up. And also, man, like with Beyond Disability to change, you know, the scenario of like our accessibility and welcoming more people like our disability that they still human.
Do you have sponsors for your events?
No.
What then happens when you're trying to get that DJ that you like or an artist that you like and you can't afford them?
No, like sometimes like it's just a matter of like losing them, you know, because there's nothing that you're gonna do. But the show must go on, you know, like you always get the alternatives, the ones that, I mean, I can afford Chimza, I can afford Black Coffee, it's they too high.
But that's the most saddest thing about this industry, because we are colleagues. Sometimes you wish we could, you know, have trade exchanges so that we build one another.
They're working, bruh. There's nothing that can be happening, you know, until like I can build my maybe event to attract more sponsors. Then, you know, I'll start affording those artists.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just
beautiful,
it is what it is.
Inspiring interview. Ladies and gentlemen, DJ Kabila.